So, how can you start a business while working full time? Well, this is the subject of this video. Hey everyone, Giaro here, and on this channel, I help content creators create a business around their passion and their expertise. So, if you're new here, consider subscribing. So, your actual situation may be you are actually working in a job that you don't really enjoy, or you just want to be your own boss, right? Or you just want to follow your passion. And with that being said, it can be quite hard when you have a full-time job because you have to actually put some time and effort in your business, right? So your business will not start to just take off in just 2 days. So the thing is that what most people do is that they tell you, and you see it a lot online, that you have to hustle 24 hours a day and you have to be dedicated and you have to be this and you have to be that. You have to cut off on your sleep, and yeah, you don't have to have any kind of social life. But the thing is that starting a side business is actually great, because the thing is that you always have to put yourself boundaries and constraints, because the thing is that you have to understand that it's not because you actually have a full-time job that you're going to be less productive than someone who is just working on his business 24 hours a day. Because the thing is that what you're going to see inside this video is that if you want to really be successful, then you don't have to apply a lot, and you just have to apply the 80/20 rule, which we are going to talk about in just a few. So the thing is that what is actually great if you already have a full-time job is that you have income, okay? And actually, the biggest mistake I see people make when it comes to creating their online business is that they actually cut off their income, which means that they have to make results fast. And why actually being in this state of mind where you just have to make money fast as soon as possible, the thing is that they just start on jumping every opportunity that they see, and they just give it a try. 1 month, 2 months, they see it doesn't work, okay, then they jump to another opportunity, and then they never really have the time to actually get the momentum in order just to give actually their business time to take off. Okay, so this is great. See, if you actually have an income, please don't just smash and dismiss everything and just tell yourself, well, I have to burn the ships, I have to burn the bridges, and I have to go all in, because this is BS. This is actually big BS that you see everywhere online, and don't do that. In fact, you're better off by having a stable income, and the interesting thing is that you can build your business aside until it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and until you're actually be able to quit your job and just do this full time. Okay, so let me just share with you the different steps. So the first thing I mentioned is that you have to focus on the 80/20 rule. What is the 80/20 rule? The 80/20 rule mentions that only 20% of what you are actually doing will lead you to the 80% of results, right? So the thing is that in the first step, what we are going to do is, let's just write it out here. Step one is to be actually clear about the constraints that you have. Okay, so what are your actual constraints? Your actual constraints may be actually time, of course, because you already have a full job, a full-time job. It may also be money. It may also be skills. Okay, and the thing is to actually list out what your constraints are, so that you can build actually a business around those constraints. So there is no point of let's say jumping into a business where you have, for example, to code, if you have, let's say, coding skills, where you have to put like 500 hours of code into an app and then just get any result out of it. You see what I mean? So be clear about the exact time that you have, the money that you have, and also the skills that you can put in actually your business. Okay, so then the second step after defining your constraints is to actually define a specific time, okay, that you're going to dedicate to your business. So this can be in the morning, this can be in the evening. It doesn't really matter. What really suits you and what it's compatible with actually your current situation. Okay, so this is the thing. Define a specific time. And what I want you to do is not telling yourself, well, I'm going to go all in and I'm just going to sleep 2 hours per night, and then I will just work 3 hours on my business every day, because you won't be able to do that. It's stupid. Taking decisions like that based on motivation is completely completely stupid, because then what will happen? Just life will happen, and then yeah, you will not be able to actually follow on those bold claims. So what I want you to do is just make a stupid simple statement. So as an example, what I want you to do, I don't want you to invest more than 1 hour per day in your business, okay? And this is actually enough to making the 20% that will lead you to 80% of the results, okay? So this is the thing. So I want you to define a specific time. So it can be in the morning, it can be in the evening, as I told you. It's up to you and what actually your day looks like. And then the step number 3 is actually, sorry for the 3, so is define the project. What kind of project do you actually want to start? Okay, so do you want to build a thing just for the money, or do you want actually to build something that actually resonates with you? This is exactly what I am preaching, because I have done things for the money, and actually it didn't make me feel fulfilled. So if you want basically to make money plus actually feeling fulfilled by what you're doing, then there is an interesting business model that I'm sharing with you inside the PDF that you can download for free with the first link in the description. Okay, so actually what I preach is creating a business around a passion or expertise or a skill that you have, and just publishing content. This can be video, this can be text, this can be audio. Simply publish something around that. Okay, and what will happen is that down the road, you'll be able to monetize that with creating your online courses, or with a membership site, or with something like that. Okay, so step number 3 is to define exactly the project that you want to start. Okay, and then step number 4 is to actually establish. So just write it down here. So establish actually an action plan that you can execute on it, okay? And which is actually based on your constraints. If you remember, step number 1, we talked about your constraints. So exactly the same thing. So now what you have to do is actually put out an action plan, and asking yourself, okay, what are the tasks that I actually need to put in to my business so that it can take off, okay? And again, I gave you the action plan in the PDF that you can download in the description if you want to create a business around your passion or your expertise, as an example, okay? So you have to just come up with an action plan, and then just basically put everything together regarding your constraints and what you actually want to achieve. And then obviously step number 5, which is actually the hardest part, is just apply it and be consistent with your action plan. Okay, and if you want actually a 4-step business plan, a simple business plan that won't take you more than 1 hour per day, well, then I would strongly recommend to download the PDF in the description, where I'm sharing with you exactly my business model that will help you create a business around your passion, your skill, your expertise, so that you can feel fulfilled and actually also making money. So if that sounds like you, the first link in the description will just give you access to the PDF. You just have to enter your email. And after entering your email, you're just going to get the PDF, and also going to be subscribed to my daily newsletter, where I share tips with you on how to be actually focused on creating this business around your passion and your expertise with simply 1 hour of focused work per day. And with that being said, I see you in the next video and inside your mailbox.